So today's video has a light-dark light rhythm. The first part is me doing a healing ritual at Haystack Lake here in the Uinta Mountains. And that's lovely, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you feel the healing. And then I go into a part of the forest that's been brutalized by this beetle. And then I end with some hope. So enjoy. Okay, so here I am at Haystack Lake. It's lightly raining, and I got here, I was cycling, and the lake was talking to me, and I said, I like the point of view that you are, I'll just show you the lake. I like the point of view that you are capturing cosmic forces, like that's what water and lakes do. They reflect the sky, so that's like cosmos and that. And the lake said yes. And then I said, I have some people and animals that need some healing. And when I approached the lake, my cycling stalled a bit, and that always tells me to pay attention. Whenever there's like resistance to cycling, that's like a big heads up for me. So yesterday I couldn't get my cycling to budge, but today I came back to this lake, and you can see it's not that big. This lake's at about 9,000 feet where I'm camped. Anyway, I asked it today, my cycling's working a little better with it, and it said, take that group of people that you're trying to heal, put them into a rock and throw them into the water, and it will take care of things. So I said, okay, I'll definitely do that. Kind of a sequel to what I did last week with the river. And then I said, I'd like to help you in return. And the beetle has, you can see the trees over there are pretty gray because a lot of them are dead. But as I walked through, there's a path over there, there was this place where the beetle hadn't been. It was like, oh, this is what a forest is supposed to look like, how I remember a forest in my youth. And the lake just told me to, told me to just cycle and connect with the trees and with the beetle, and so that there's right relationships. So it's like I'm not like attacking the beetle, I'm just healing the forest. So anyway, that's how I'm playing today. I thought I'd share it with you. This is Saturday, so the circle's still open from the Wednesday healing in Facebook. So that's what I'm doing. I thought I'd share it with you. Okay. Oh, so here comes the rock. Let's do that. You can watch me. I'll get the rock. Here's the rock. And putting it at my left hand and cycling. Asking it to carry the people who were on the list or who've put their names into the healing into the chat in the Facebook group. And here we go. Let's see if I can aim it so we can see it. Okay, here we go. There we go. So now I cycle in gratitude for the spirit of the lake, just taking in any information from the cosmos that will assist in the healing of the people and animals that requested healing. Good. And I feel a sense of celebration going on in the lake. It's like, yoo-hoo! It's like all of life wants to support us. It's really not subtle to me. And yeah, my heart, I'm practically in tears. I feel such joy coming out of the lake. So let's hope that helps somebody or a lot of you. Okay. So this is the forest that I'm being asked to assist in healing. It looks like a war zone. So the beetle came through and took down 2/3 of the trees. And then the Forest Service came in and cut down the dead trees and partially burned them. So there's these little nests of coals everywhere, dotting the landscape. And perhaps because of my deep embodiment of yin and yang, polarity is when something's withering, something else is growing. And also, I guess I got that from Rudolf Steiner, who's in his book How to Know Higher Worlds. He has you contemplate, a plant that part of it's withering and part of it's growing. So I look at these coals and I see, nutrients for flowers and grass and maybe trees. I actually see little beginnings of plants happening in there. And I think whatever you observe is magnified. So as I see the new life coming out of the destruction, I think that's healing for me and for the forest. And this is sort of how I work with people too. I can definitely see the disease and the attempts to fix the disease that can look brutal, but that are actually, they look like they're being ravaged, but it's actually looks better than just dead trees everywhere. And noticing the little sparks of life and renewal. Like the forest doesn't smell like pine trees anymore, even though there's clearly pine trees everywhere. But every time I walk by a pine tree and it smells, it's like, oh my gosh, thank you, release your scent. Because my childhood memories were of just coming up here and just being overwhelmed with the scent of pine. And so I feel like gratitude and looking for the growth amidst the withering is actually directly healing energetically the forest, but it's also a metaphor for our own withering as we age or as we have disease processes that seem to devastate parts of our body. Like whenever there's something decaying or not as part of the whole, it's like there's movements towards the wholeness in other ways. And if we can find them, it gives us courage to face the horror or the fear of something beautiful that you've loved very dearly being lost. All right, I hope that. Just wanted to share that as part of an extension of the lake healing, because the lake told me to come up here and heal the forest. So so part of what I'm doing is doing it, and another part of what I'm doing is videoing and talking about what I'm doing, so that, I don't know, maybe we can have a discussion about it or open up possibilities of new ways or helpful energetic ways to work with the shifts that happen on the earth and in us. Okay. So this is just a few hundred yards from that kind of burned out place, and you see that it's a healthy forest. And the learning or the metaphor that I'm living into is that not the whole forest is diseased by the beetle. Certainly that is a big part of it. But look at this underbrush. There's certainly deadness happening, but I think that's normal in a forest. So, yeah. So what do I mean by that? I mean, it's so easy to look at the symptom, to look at a really devastated part of our bodies or our lives and see that as the total picture. But if that is the total picture, you lose access to a more holistic viewpoint, which is that some parts are withering and some parts are thriving. And when we can take in and appreciate with gratitude the parts that are thriving, it gives strength to we're not consumed by this doom and gloom attitude. And it's really helpful for creativity and for actual energetic healing. All right. Bye-bye.